campus of Old
That
Dominion
high?
University. Hold on. I got to make sure we're on the air. I always have a problem making sure I'm on the air here.
Oh, man. The magic of radio right here, right now, everybody.
Man, you sound so much better. My microphone sounds like crap.
This microphone this is a great mic.
That's a really great mic.
I like
my
this
mic
one.
sounds like absolute garbage right now.
Oh, man.
All right, I think we're finally
taking down the equipment.
I think we're finally on the air. See, I'm not used to this. You know, I produced radio for 5 years.
Yeah.
I had to make sure we were on the air, and trust me, there were a few times we were not on the air.
Same.
But yeah, it's weird having to bring yourself on the air and introduce the show as well. So hey, everybody, if you're hearing this now, welcome in. This is Jesse Varner with Here's the Thing. Thursdays 3 o'clock here at WODU. My guest today will be Jeff Snyder from WAV. I almost called you WAVY.
Why do you do that?
From WAVY TV, Wavy TV 10 Sports and News Producer.
Wavy TV 10.
Oh my God! Yeah,
yes,
it's been that kind of a day. I spent all morning out in the rain for the live shots this morning, man. I'm like soaking wet right now.
I can imagine. I get to stay nice and dry. Try to make sure everyone has the information they need on this pretty crummy day.
I gotta
it just
say,
sucks.
Weather days like this, weather coverage, snow coverage. Election day, I'm also jealous as well. I am jealous of you producers because you get to stay inside where all the food is and where you're staying nice and warm and toasty. And then I'm out there in Siberia with 2 feet of snow up my you-know-what, trying to find anything that's open to get anything to eat out there.
Hey, you know what? Election day, I don't get any of the food because I don't work nights. So,
all right, well, this show's already gone off the rails.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so anyways, let's get back on track. This week we got it's going to be a hodgepodge of a show this week.
Sure.
Not a whole lot of breaking news. We're going to talk about the KD Draymond drama. We're going to get that in a second. Finally, the long national nightmare is over. The Le'Veon Steelers drama is done and over with. Thank God, because I'm tired of hearing about it.
Yeah. I'm tired of hearing about it.
We'll do week 11. Man, this mic sounds like crap. We'll do week 11 picks of the NFL. Also, I can't believe it's already week 11.
What? Is it?
Yeah, I think it's week 11. Wasn't last week 10?
I don't remember. I lose count.
We only 2 more weeks of the college football season. I mean, the NFL season is just whipping past us. I mean, the playoffs are going to be here before you know it.
I mean, I always measured the NFL season as a measurement of my college semesters. So, because, you get into school, your fall semester starts, it's football season, and then all of a sudden, it's over.
Yeah, and the fall semester here is quickly winding down. I think we only got a couple more weeks left.
Yeah.
So... we'll talk about that. What else we got going on? We'll talk about the return of Tommy, Top Line Tommy.
Oh, my God. Do we have to?
Jeff's favorite player.
He's a bum.
We won't get too much into the top. No, there's way too much going on. We'll talk about the craziness of the college basketball season right now. Radford getting a huge win over Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Well, that's been kind of what's going on this college basketball season. I mean, you even watched Yale beat Cal earlier this season. Who was it? Buffalo beat number 13 West Virginia in West Virginia.
Yeah, it's always early in this. We all talk about upsets in the tournament, but it's always early in the season. You see a couple,
and they
go
under the
big
radar.
upsets.
They go under the radar because we're so consumed by football right now.
Of course.
Everyone's still in football mode, and a lot of people. I mean, there's probably a lot of people out there. Your casual sports fans probably don't even know the college basketball season has started.
Oh, absolutely, because it just gets buried. It just gets buried.
It does, and I kind of hate that too. And I got 2 cents on that as well. I think the college basketball season starts too early. I'm with Doug Galopoli. I believe it should be a 1-semester sport, and it should get the spotlight and the big stage.
Sure.
We'll talk a little bit about that. Also, we're going to talk WWE Survivor Series.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, one of the big 4. We're going to talk about this
big
week.
Big 5.
Big 5? Is there Big 5 now?
I consider Money in the Bank a major pay-per-view.
We're going to talk about that because Jeff and I are avid wrestling fans.
Yes.
And also... WWE's made some mainstream news this week with a couple of their wrestlers as well, so we'll get into that a little bit later on towards the end of the show. So, all right, I'm going to start off the show. I guess it's what's leading all the talk shows right now this week is the drama going on between Draymond Green and Kevin Durant. I know it just seems like just the biggest.
Oh my God!
Can I say the B word on here? I don't know. It seems like the biggest B word argument ever.
Yeah,
the B word was thrown around.
Oh, man, the Warriors are facing such adversity. 2 of their all-stars are going at it. Good thing they have 3 more on the team.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the Warriors aren't going anywhere.
No.
They're not.
No.
The Warriors are still going to be the favorite to win the championship. They're still going to win the championship later on. It just a lot of GMs around the NBA. If you don't know what happened, it was towards the end of where they were playing the Lakers or the Clippers. It happened in LA. Can't remember who they were playing. It happened towards the end of the game. Draymond was going down the court, and Draymond was looking for KD, but KD was slowly going down the court towards the end of the game. And if KD kind of rushed the court with Draymond probably would have kicked it out for KD to go for the game-winning shot.
Sure.
Draymond took it on his own, went for it, and turned the ball over. And then there was a little bit on the court ruckus between the two of them. Some words were exchanged. The B word was exchanged, and apparently it was not a friendly locker room. Draymond was telling KD, "Hey, we won one without you." KD was saying, "This is why I'm out of here." So yeah, a lot of drama, and I think it's really like this happens with teams in all professional sports.
I mean, you're at the top. You want to stay at the top,
and I think that's why it's under the microscope a little bit more because it's happening to the Warriors. And a lot of GMs around the NBA even said the way you're going to beat the Warriors is if two things: if injuries happen, where they beat themselves.
They have to beat themselves. I think they beat themselves in 2016 when they choked away the 3-1 lead. Maybe we don't really know too much about what happened there. We all just gotta say LeBron James is God, which he is. But
fifth all time now in scoring.
Yes, he is. But we don't really know if there was any internal drama leading up to that. But now that's kind of publicized. They're under the microscope a lot more because they are kings in the NBA, and which means during the wintertime, they're pretty much the biggest thing in the sports world, professionalized.
NBA?
Yeah.
Because hockey's such a niche regional sport.
I wouldn't call it that anymore. But it's still below.
It's
far.
still below with the NBA because the NBA is a global international.
It's a global
sport
internet.
now.
Yeah, for sure. And popular in more countries. More popular in this country for sure. But I wouldn't sleep on the NHL being like, oh, it's not popular.
No, I mean it's popular between guys like us. But I mean, you are kind of seeing popularity pick up with the NHL. NBC's helped that a lot out.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my goodness. Yes.
But college basketball, I guess, it's such a gambler sport, and then it's also just such a an alumni. I'm only really going to watch my team type sports.
Sure.
So the NBA, and look, I said it at the beginning. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. The Warriors aren't going anywhere. They're not.
No.
They suspend Draymond for a game. Guess what? They still got KD. They still got Steph, and they still got Clay.
Yeah, and he's the biggest bum of all of them. So
now here's the thing.
I mean Draymond, not Steph.
Here's the thing with all this though. If you're the Warriors, do you want KD back next year? KD has shown to be really, really thin-skinned.
Mm-hmm.
He's got burner accounts. He's got a burner Instagram. He snaps back and forth with people on Twitter. Some of these people have 12 followers.
Mm-hmm.
KD, you got 10 million. You're one of the greatest generational scorers of all time. You're gonna finish top 10 in scoring in the NBA
easily.
Why do you care about some kid in Dayton, Ohio, in his basement calling you a bum?
Was that a shot at me? No, I was kidding. I never called KD a bum.
And you're
Twitter.
not from Dayton, Ohio.
I'm not. God. Yeah, I'm from a real city.
I mean, it just goes to show you the NBA. I mean, it's one of the more leagues. Look, you have dynasties in the NFL. They don't really stay long because of injuries and free agency and all this other mess. I mean, except maybe the Patriots. But then again, with the Patriots, they switch players out all the time.
Sure.
Baseball dynasties are kind of ruined by free agency and these big contracts, and players want to go play in bigger markets and make more money. Hockey, you don't really see dynasties either because, I mean, I guess the last dynasty we saw in hockey was maybe the Red Wings of the 90s and the early 2000s.
The Red Wings, and, we had a mini one here with the Penguins.
And the Penguins as well, but a lot of these guys, they switch teams. I mean, good Lord.
They have to switch teams. I mean, the cap has really made that a thing.
And
so.
hockey free agency, you see 70 moves in one
day.
It's so crazy.
Everyone signs on the same day.
And even, look at the Pens. They just got rid of Hagelin.
Did they?
Yeah, they traded Carlo Hagelin. I can't remember who I saw they traded him to, but they did.
Today?
Yesterday.
I missed that one. See? Guess it is football season, everybody.
But with the NBA, you do kind of see this, because even with the Celtics dynasty, there was always grumblings that Bird and McHale and Danny Ainge weren't always on the same page. Shaq and Kobe didn't get along in LA, but they still won championships.
Kyrie and LeBron, but
they still won a championship. Michael and Jerry Reinsdorf and Phil Jackson. They didn't always get along, but they won championships. And guess what? The Warriors right now aren't getting along, but they're going to win a
That's always
championship.
going to happen, though. It's like you become siblings in a way because, like, you're
Well,
always together.
I mean, you hear about these guys; they're very, very close.
Yeah.
They only hang out with each other and each other's families off the
Sure,
court.
you're always together. You're always with them. I mean, you have to travel with them. You have to sleep in the same hotels. You have to hang out with them. Practice together. You're spending a lot of time together, and you become friends. And then sometimes, friends fight.
And really, you play with a coach that kind of lets you guys run the team. I mean, Steve Kerr is a genius almost in that way too. That he just kind of lets his guys do his thing.
Sure. And it's because he's a former player, and he got to see that firsthand.
Well, yeah, he saw the Jordan locker rooms. He saw the Duncan and David Robinson locker rooms. He knows what happens with a championship winning team. That's the one dynasty I can think off the top of my head in the NBA that you never really heard a lot of selfishness come out of, a lot of egos, was the Spurs.
Right, and I think that's because of Pop.
Because of Pop is probably the one with the biggest ego.
Well, stop. But no, Pop. Well, Kawhi maybe this year, but but that really wasn't. I don't think that was more selfishness. I think he just wanted a change.
I think Kawhi just wanted. Yeah, I think he was just tired of putting up with Pop.
Yeah, sure.
And then now a lot of rumors are going around about where's KD going to land, and I know like a lot of people they're already talking NBA free agency. We're like 12 games into the freaking season.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's always a popular thing, we're because they did this with LeBron for like 2 years.
Yeah, I think they still do it with LeBron.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Where's he going?
Where's he going?
Where is he going
with the Lakers?
What's happening after that? Is he retiring? It's like just enjoy what's happening now, and worry about the off season when we get there.
Yeah, and if I gotta run to if I run to Vegas right now with money right now, my money's on that KD is not gonna stay with the Warriors. He's probably gone after this year.
Do you think he goes to DC?
I don't think he goes. I'd love to see him come home.
Yeah.
I don't think he's coming to DC. I don't think they got the cap room for it either. I think he's a Laker.
Cavs need to sign him.
I think he's a Laker.
Oh, you think he's gonna play with LeBron?
I think he goes. Even though there's rumors out there that he doesn't want to play with LeBron because they're such good friends and they like competing against each other. You put those two together with the young core they got with the Lakers,
automatic.
It's over.
Automatic.
It's over. They beat the Warriors.
Even Big Baller will have 35 points a game. You can actually put LeVar Ball himself on the court, and he might drop 20.
Yeah, they'll beat the Warriors easily. And who knows what happens with Klay Thompson? I got a feeling he's going to want to go somewhere and be the man also.
Where's Klay from?
He's from L.A.
Oh,
yeah.
well,
his father played for the Lakers.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So he can go to maybe go to Clippers, maybe go Lakers, maybe I think Klay is the most underrated player. I shouldn't say that. Of the 5 of them,
I think he is too.
Yeah.
I think Klay definitely goes somewhere and be the man somewhere.
Here's the thing: it's because he actually plays defense. I have no problem with Klay Thompson.
Well, Steph can't play defense because he's so freaking brittle.
Yeah, he's gimmick Curry.
So I don't want to stay on this for too long, but
Sure.
I guess that's kind of like the big news of the day. So we'll transition to the NFL.
Yeah, let's do it.
I guess there's not much more we can talk about the NBA. God, man, how bad are the Cavs? I'm sorry.
They won their second game, Jesse.
If you haven't tuned in the show before, Jeff is from Cleveland, so I gotta pick the scab a little bit. Good lord,
they won
man.
their second game. They beat the Hornets by like 100.
You were only like the Wizards' like 4th win this year, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
Man, hold on. I'm gonna get in a second how bad the Wizards are.
Go for it.
I cannot freaking stand. Ernie Grunfeld needs to be fired and then fired into the sun.
Well, you just fire him into the sun. It's one action.
I have never, ever, ever, ever seen a GM in sports be so mediocre at his job and keep it. This is BS what's going on. There's too much talent. This roster's too freaking deep to be this bad. I'm sorry, Otto Porter. I loved you during your rookie year and your year after that. That contract they gave you was a mistake. They gave you way too much money to be this ill-efficient on offense.
Sure.
Dwight Howard is actually, I hate to say this, Dwight Howard's been a great signing for the Wizards. He has looked great so far in the few games he's played. For some reason, Wall and Beal can't get on the same freaking page, and one of them might have to go. I mean, I hate to say that as a Wizards fan. I've been a Wizards fan for a very long time, and I love John Wall. I don't think Wall's the one who goes because he's the one who sells you jerseys and the one who sells you tickets.
You're dumping Beal.
And I love Bradley Beal, man. Bradley Beal's got one of the most pure strokes in all of the NBA. The problem is Ernie Grunfeld. The guy needs to go, and unfortunately, I think the fall guy in all this is going to be Scott Brooks. He's probably going to be fired in the next few weeks, if not before the All-Star break. Where the trade. Well, I can't remember which one's first. Trade deadline or the All-Star
there wasn't
break.
really any changes to the team. You
No,
just
if
added.
anything, they
added Dwight Howard, and he's been pretty good.
They added Dwight Howard. They added Austin Rivers, and they added Jeff Green. They deepened the bench. This is a team you can play 8 or 9 guys, and they can't score the basketball.
They just
for
can't.
some reason.
Some teams just have no chemistry, and that's what I think it is.
I think that's what it is. I think there's no leadership in the locker room.
Yeah.
I think the guys aren't believing in Scott Brooks anymore. I think Wall is kind of getting tired of playing in DC. I think he wants something new. And a lot of rumors were picking up over the week about Wall possibly with a trade with the Lakers, which would be absolutely crazy. I mean, I think I saw this rumor floating around, and I don't know how true it was because you can't believe everything you see on Twitter. It was a deal that was going to be John Wall and John Wall, and I can't remember who else, for like Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, and not Kyle Kuzma, but someone else. That would be insane. I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
But I think LeBron likes the chemistry he's building with the team. And the Lakers are kind of exciting to watch with how young they are.
How young they are, and LeBron's still LeBron. I mean, he's jumped 43, had 43, 10, 9 last night. So he almost had a triple-double again.
Yeah, 5th all-time in scoring. That's an elite club he's with. He's up there with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Michael Jordan, Karl Malone, and who else am I missing?
Kobe.
Well, Kobe. Yeah, Kobe. So, yeah, that's my little rant on the Wizards. I think Grunfeld needs to be fired. I think he needed to be fired 5 seasons ago. But I digress. Okay, let's transition to the NFL before my blood pressure spikes more.
Calm down.
All right, big news of the week.
Ravens. Oh, there he goes again.
Big news of the week. Our long national nightmare is
thank God.
Finally over.
I'm so sick of hearing about this.
The Le'Veon Steelers drama has finally come to a freaking end, man. Cue up celebration, man. Celebrate good times. Come on. The story got so old and tired.
It got old and tired in July.
Yeah.
When's Le'Veon gonna show up? Will he show up? Will he turn down $14 million? The answer is yes, he did. And go ahead.
Yeah, he's betting on himself. And you know what? Sometimes that pays off in sports.
Sure.
I didn't think it was ever going to happen to start. I don't think it seemed like it was such a toxic situation. I didn't think Le'Veon was ever going to come back.
Sure. But you know what the icing on the cake was?
What's that?
I don't think he expected James Conner to be this good.
No. I think that's one thing he rolled the dice on. And I think that's why a lot of the Steelers, too, just stopped caring.
Yeah, I
think they stopped caring because they realized they've got
their next guy.
They got their next guy.
Sure.
And right now, who's playing on a rookie what was he, like a second-round pick or a third-round pick?
He was a third round.
So he's playing off a third-round deal. He's playing off a 4-year third-round deal. That's a bargain what you're getting out of the production you're getting out of him right now. And actually, if I'm the Steelers, I said this on Twitter this week. If I'm the Steelers, you offer a Le'Veon Bell jersey swatch for her James Conner one, straight up. That's what the Ravens did when the whole Ray Rice thing went down. But I'm just glad it's done and over with. The Steelers are still a deadly team in the AFC. We saw that against Carolina last Thursday. Yeah, I'm just. You're somebody who spent time covering the Steelers. What are your thoughts on all this? And you're somebody who covered James Conner also.
Yeah, yes. Back when he was at Erie, coming out of college, where we were starting at Pitt. What do I think of all this? Well, Le'Veon Bell has had a reputation ever since his rookie year, which was when I covered the team. That he was a little bit of a diva. He's just kind of like he's a running back also who acts like a wide receiver.
Hold on a second. What is it with guys from Michigan State being drama queens? Draymond Green and now
Le'Veon.
And Kirk Cousins fleeced the Redskins for a lot of money.
Sure.
Draymond Green and all this crap, and Le'Veon now.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what's in the water up there.
But continue. I'm sorry.
No, I think I should. Never mind. You know where I was going with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't surprise me. I mean, the Steelers have always had internal drama. It's never.
They're always a team that seems like every season they have the most drama, but they still win 12, 13 games.
And I think the Pittsburgh media kind of plays into it too. I mean, Pittsburgh media likes a good story, and they like to amp things up, and they like to complain. And so do all the Inzers. They love to complain about their teams.
We know one particular Inzer who complains all the freaking time.
Yeah. Yeah, so when this whole thing happened, you know how loyal Steelers fans are, and they took it to town. It's like, oh man, Le'Veon, he hates Pittsburgh. He hates this team. He doesn't want to win. He doesn't want to be part of this team. Let's get rid of him. And then there's the other side of it, which I don't understand. I saw someone on Twitter compare him to Kurt Flood. Are you kidding me?
What? Le'Veon to Kurt Flood?
Kurt Flood. Like this situation, you know Kurt Flood's situation, right?
No.
Okay, Kurt Flood essentially he was a major leaguer. He played for the Cardinals. And then after about 10 years with the Cardinals, he's like, I don't want to be on this team anymore. I want to go somewhere else. Well, the thing is, back then, baseball had the reserve clause. So, in order to become a free agent, they had to release you from that reserve clause, and that just didn't happen. So, he sued for the right to be able to go wherever he wants to end the reserve clause, and he ended up winning. He ended up getting blacklisted, but that became the greater good because now that's how modern free agency started.
Okay.
So, but everyone's like, oh, he's like Kurt Flood of the NFL. Like, he's really not. I mean, he knows the deal when he signs the contract. You can get franchise tagged. And, you know, like that's just what happens.
Well, yeah. He left $14.5 million on the table this year. He is betting on himself. And now...
Yeah, I mean, it's a big bet. I mean, who's going to give him money next year? Who's going to... Will he be able to make it up? I wonder if he'll make it up in a signing bonus.
Well, that's kind of what I want to go into next. Now the big talk is, you know, who brings Le'Veon in next year. And I haven't seen what the lines are in Vegas yet. Let me see if I can pull them up. Off the top of my head, though, I got to think some of your favorites are the Jets.
Yes.
Because they need playmakers on that offense, especially to build around Sam Darnold. I'm going to go with the Colts because why they... Hines and Mack, I don't think are exactly going to be your go-to backfield if you can get a guy like Le'Veon. And the Colts are building something great on offense right now, too. I got to think maybe the Texans. He splits time with Lamar Miller. Who else at the top of my head? I could possibly see the Ravens making a run at him.
Think so?
So he could... And actually, I could see Le'Veon, like, at least listening, only because it would give him a chance to play against Pittsburgh. Another one, which I don't think will happen, but he's got Dan Snyder signing written all over him. He does. Hey. He's got the Albert Hainsworth, the Deion Sanders. He's got that signing.
Gonna get that big money signing, the one big money player. Maybe that's what they were making a play for with Kirk Cousins.
I mean, I don't think that's going to happen because I think they like what they have in Darius Geis, even though they didn't get to see him play this year. I don't know. Maybe you still bring in Le'Veon.
Sure,
you
split time. Yeah. We have a good third down back.
You got some teams you think?
I think you pretty much hit them all. Detroit might be an option only because he's from there.
Yeah, and they need a running game.
Yeah, they do. They need something. Game. I think Matt Patricia would actually like having him around. I mean, 49ers need somebody.
I think they like what they have in Matt Breida, though.
You think so?
Well, also, didn't their starting running back go down for the year?
I can't remember.
I mean,
it's the 49ers, and they suck.
But no, like a guy like... Well, I would definitely take a guy like Le'Veon over Matt Breida. Yeah, but...
Yeah, sure. And I mean, there are a lot of teams that could use him.
Kyle Shanahan offense, I mean, he's a pass-catching back, so Kyle Shanahan offense, he would do great in.
Normally, this is around the time of year where I'm like, oh, the Browns need him. Not this time. Not this time.
No, actually, it's funny. That would seem to be like a Cleveland-type signing, but, man, no, they're set it.
They're set it back. Yeah, it's got Chubb.
I mean, they
got a nice Chubb.
We all got Chubb. And, man, he's putting up better numbers than Barkley is right now. Granted, Barkley's got UPS drivers on his offensive line.
Yeah, true. But I mean, at least the Browns' offensive line is somewhat competent.
But also, I think you sent me a message this week about Chubb's stats.
Yeah. He's had like 20 less carries than Saquon. And let me bring it up here. I have it on my phone.
He's got like 570 some yards, but 97 of those yards came off of one run.
Exactly. Here we go. Rookie rushing stats: Saquon Barkley, 111 attempts, 519 yards, 4.7 average, 5 touchdowns. Nick Chubb, 94 attempts, 579 yards, 6.2 average, 5 touchdowns. So Chubb ahead of Saquon. And remember, Chubb didn't really start till week 6 after they got rid of Bum Hugh.
Yeah, no, because they were burying Chubb behind Carlos Hyde.
Yeah, which made no sense. Dorsey traded away Carlos Hyde so you would have to use Chubb, and he didn't use him right, so he got fired. And now he's a special advisor with Cincinnati. So.
Oh, that's another thing, man. Hugh Jackson must know where the bodies are buried for Marvin, and then Marvin must know where the pictures of Mike Brown and something prostitutes are or something. Marvin Lewis, man, I can't believe this guy still has a job. I couldn't believe he still had a job in the NFL 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
What are you saying to your fan base?
When they choked that game against the Steelers, I think 2 or 3 years ago, I thought that was going to be it for him.
What are you saying to your fan base where it's like we're keeping a coach for the better part of a decade, but we don't.
Oh, it's been longer than that.
Yeah, but we don't care if we win playoff games. We don't even care if we go to the playoffs.
They go to the playoffs most of the time, though. That's the thing. They've had so many chances, and they've been in a position to win those games, and then they'll do something stupid like Pac-Man Jones trying to fight Joey Porter.
Oh man, that's so fun to watch.
Oh man.
Okay, you want to do some picks?
Let's do some picks.
Yeah, I'm trying to find some NFL news and notes going on.
Now, been a quiet week. Browns are off.
It's been kind of a quiet week.
Yeah, Browns are off this week, so. I will still be wearing my Baker jersey. I don't know which one. I ordered the white one. I'm almost completing my collection.
Wait a minute. Oh my God, this guy is a converted. Well, he's from Cleveland. He's a converted Browns fan.
Yeah.
And now you're about to have the full Baker Mayfield jersey collection.
I love Baker.
I love it.
He's the best.
I absolutely love it. Well, wasn't it because you have the Baker color rush because you ordered the Denzel Ward
color
rush?
I ordered a Denzel Ward jersey, and they sent me a Miller Baker jersey.
No, you ordered this Baker white jersey, and watch, it's going to be like David Njoku.
Oh, my God. That'd be hilarious. But I don't think it is. It was like the only white one available. So, big time.
What I did find funny is, did you see the Steelers today raiding Le'Veon's locker?
Yeah. And they were packing his stuff up. Yeah. I hope they sent it to Goodwill or something.
Well, I think a lot of players Bud Dupree took his cleats and thanked them on social media for his cleats. Which, I'm sorry, I'm not going to wear another man's shoes. That's
if they're the same size.
I'm not going to wear another man's shoes.
They always get new cleats for these games.
They get new cleats for every game. Why do you? I mean, I guess what he could do is possibly auction them off for charity or something.
Sure, I think that's what they should do. It's really team property. It's not really Le'Veon's property.
Also, you would have thought the equipment manager would have packed all that stuff up. But you know what?
They were expecting it. They just had it all laid out for him.
They did. Well, they left the locker room open just in case he came back. And you know what? I applaud them for doing that because he left this team in limbo. He's not returning text messages to a lot of the guys on the team. So good for them to go after and get a little redemption.
Red Dead Redemption.
Let's do some picks. Tonight's game. We'll start with tonight's game. Tonight's game could be pretty good. We got Green Bay, Seattle, and Seattle 2.5 to the Seahawks. Who you got?
Let's see. Packers struggled a little bit this year.
Our buddy Pat says go Cats.
Go Cats.
He says Connor lost the pinstripe bowl. Just saying, go Cats.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna go with Green Bay here. It's still Aaron Rodgers, and Seahawks defense isn't what it used to be. He could probably pick them apart pretty well. And Russell's still dangerous, but I think we gotta go with the Packers here.
Well, the Packers pretty much both these teams need this to kick.
They need a win.
Both these teams need this win. Because the Packers are somewhat still fighting for the NFC North, even though I think ultimately the Bears are going to win it. You can't ever count out Russ. I think we're going to get a good quarterback duel tonight. For some reason, these teams have a lot of recent history against each other. They've played each other in the playoffs a lot recently. It's not really a rivalry, but I guess it's kind of a newer rivalry. And it's in Seattle. I'm going to go against you on that one. I'm going to go with the Hawks in this one.
That's what makes good radio.
I'm going to go with the Hawks. I think it's going to be a close one, too. I don't think they cover. Okay. Carolina, Detroit. I don't care. Dallas, Atlanta.
Yeah.
I don't care. Cincinnati, Baltimore.
Ooh, well, you like that one.
Well, this one could be interesting because we could be seeing the season debut, of a full-time starting season debut of Lamar Jackson. Joe Flacco has been missing practice this week because of a hip injury. Lamar has been doing first-team reps and actually sat out of practice today because usually your Thursdays are your walkthroughs,
right?
And your starters don't practice. Well, usually this is the day off for your starters, and then Friday you do your walkthroughs and whatnot. So this could be interesting. We could see the future of the Baltimore Ravens here on Sunday. Baltimore's not out of the playoff hunt. They're at 4-5 right now. Cincinnati's holding on to a wild card spot. 3.5 to Baltimore. They shellacked the Ravens the first time these two teams met this season. AJ Green had 3 touchdowns. I love the Ravens. This is at home. The Ravens are really good coming off the bye. Harbaugh's got like one of the best records coming off the bye. Like he's only lost 2 or 3 games coming off the bye. My heart wants to go with Baltimore. I just think Cincinnati wins this one in like a 27-20 type game. I
think the Ravens win. You know why? Right, you know why I think the Ravens win?
Why is that?
Hugh Jackson effect. Immediately, Bengals are going to start losing every game. Eventually, they'll go 0-16 next season. Marvin Lewis still won't be fired.
No. Marvin Lewis will still. Actually, if anything, they'll just. Actually, didn't they already do that? Didn't they sign Marvin Lewis to a contract extension like this past offseason? Like
everyone thought he was becoming like general manager last year, and it's like, nah, we're just gonna have him be coach again. It's like, all right, do we just really not want to be in the market for a new coach here?
All right, next up, we're gonna go to the NFC North for this one. Oh, this should be a good one. We got Minnesota at Chicago.
That's the NFC North.
Did I say AFC?
Yes,
North?
you did.
Oh, it's been a long day, man.
Yeah.
Okay, -3 to the Bears at Soldier Field. We got the Bears at 6-3. The Vikings are at 5-3-1. So essentially, the Vikings are 6-3. We're 6-4. I don't know.
Shout out to our friend Pat, who's a Bears fan. He's listening in.
He's listening in right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bears. They look too good on defense. Khalil Mack just ripping everyone apart this year.
Good Lord. Khalil Mack is like on a mission right now.
He's on a mission to prove Gruden. Well, I mean, it's not hard to prove Gruden's an idiot.
He's probably right now your defensive player of the year. You got it.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Easily
the defensive player.
Oh my goodness.
Though
he ran over like 4 dudes to get to the quarterback last week. It was amazing.
Yeah, he took an offensive lineman with him. You see, he took like a Lions offensive lineman. And he's like, all right, you're going to try to block me. I'm just going to take you with me as I go to get Stafford.
You thought you could block me.
Pat, you and I are going to fight about this one.
I'm
going to skull Vikes on this one. I think the offense is really starting to come together. I think Kirk is starting to come to his own with that offense in Minnesota. I think it will be a close one. But yeah, the Vikes do win this one. Oh, let me look at the standings, because if the Vikes win this one, then they'll probably be. I think they'll be tied with the Bears for the NFC North lead. But I still think the Bears are going to win the NFC North. And I think the Vikings are a playoff team. I'm just going to go Vikes in this one. I think I'm going to go Vikes different in this one, just to piss Pat off.
Hey.
All right. Next up, we got Philadelphia at New Orleans, 7.5 to the Saints.
Yeah, give me the Saints here.
Good Lord, how bad is Philly this
year?
Philly
just, I don't know what happened. It's
a Super Bowl hangover.
Philly hangover.
Yeah, go figure. Well, you could say the same thing about the Caps. They're not exactly playing like stellar hockey right now.
The difference between the NFL and hockey is that there's only 16 NFL games. You can't afford to have it. You can't afford to hangover.
Exactly. I mean,
you got to be taking that. You got to pop like 5 Excedrin and you got to go.
Well, it's funny. The Capitals are and chug a Gatorade. Actually, the Capitals are in the same position this season that they were last season.
Yeah.
And look what happened. And you want to say Caps Stanley Cup hangover, because they probably literally still are hungover.
Yeah, same with the Eagles though. I mean, it was the same exact thing. The city's still probably hungover, but the city's permanently hungover.
And you got to think. Would you, if you did a Power 5 right now?
Sure.
Would you call the Saints the best team in the NFL?
At the moment, no.
Really? You still go with the Rams?
Yeah, I would. I know they beat the Rams. But I don't think McVay would let that happen again.
Well, this game is in New Orleans, and man, no team has a home field advantage in the NFL like the Saints do.
Well, because they have the best quarterback in the Dome Stadium.
He's thrown 1 interception this season.
He's God.
He's thrown one. Right now, I know we were big about Mahomes. What's up, Mahomes? Earlier this year.
Well, it's because Mahomes is young.
Your MVP of the season right now is Drew Brees.
People are like saying, "Oh, Drew Brees." Like I remember screaming it was like, "Drew Brees, he's not a top 5 quarterback." Or maybe it was Max Kellerman. I can't remember.
They won a Super Bowl this year. He might be top 5 all-time quarterback. Because it'll be his second ring.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. They're talking about all time.
He's smashing every passing record on his way to do it too.
And honestly, he's never had
a weapon like Michael Thomas.
Right.
Good Lord, you can't guard Michael. Michael Thomas is becoming the next Antonio Brown.
Absolutely.
You can't guard him. Even if you double team him, he catches the ball over everybody. Like
Yeah, it's unfair.
Okay, next, and actually, it's 7.5. That's generous for how bad the Eagles' defense is this year, and I think the Saints blow that cover out. I think.
For sure.
I think they win this game by like 10, maybe 2 touchdowns. I'm only going to go with this one because the AFC South has slowly become a very interesting division. The Titans just blew out the Patriots.
Right.
You've got the Houston Texans who've won 6 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
The Colts are playing better on offense and are actually got somewhat of a defense going, and they're still not out of it.
Sure.
So that's why we're going to go the next game we're going to pick is Tennessee, Indianapolis. Because like I said, the AFC South is slowly becoming a division that people need to keep their eye on because they could produce 2 playoff teams. It is, what is the line on it? It's -3 to the Colts. So the Colts are the favorite in this one. I'll go Colts in this one. Just for some reason, every time it seems like the Titans, I still can't figure out what kind of a football team they are. And it seems like every time they get a big win, I mean, this team did start 4-1, but it seems like every time they get a big emotional win, they have a letdown the following week. I like Marcus Mariota. I think he's a great quarterback. I like Dion Lewis jawing back at the Patriots last week. I thought that was pretty cool. And anytime you beat the Pats is a good one for me.
That was a surprising win to me. However, the biggest question mark, we saw it earlier this year. I forget who they were playing, but remember Mariota just got lit up. He couldn't do anything.
Yeah. It was against the Ravens.
It was against the Ravens.
That 11 sacks.
11. That just wasn't fair. And I think that O-line, they seem to have kind of figured it out, but if they have another couple games like that, then it's going to be tough for them. I don't know if they're for real. You know, they looked great last week against the Patriots.
So you going Colts?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I'm just saying in the future. That's a tough game, though. Yeah. I'm going to go Titans. I think they got a lot of momentum coming off that big win.
All right. Next one, we're going to go Houston and Washington. And usually when this pick comes up, I go into a little diatribe about where the Redskins are at right now. Wow. Last week, you gave up 501 yards of offense and won the game.
Bucks suck.
Wow, man. Talk about a bend, don't break defense.
Hey, as long as they're not in the end zone, they're not kicking through the uprights, you're good, man.
No, I mean, hey, I'd rather win ugly than lose pretty.
Oh, absolutely.
Any day. And
every game matters.
And the Redskins, they're 6-3 right now. If you told me at this point in the season that the Redskins would be 6-3, I would have had you committed. It's amazing what the Redskins are doing right now.
Sure.
That defense, that front seven, the Alabama wall, Matt Ioannidis, I mean, I think bringing in Clinton Dix is even it's lit a fire under Josh Norman a little bit too.
Yeah.
I didn't like Josh Norman calling out the fans this week. Josh, I know you've been in Washington for only a few years. Do you know how much Redskins tickets are? They're one of the most expensive tickets in all the NFL. Do you know how much a pain in the butt it is to go to FedEx? And also, do you know how much of a dump FedEx is? I hate going to freaking FedEx Field. There's one road in, there's one road out. Even when you take the Metro, it's like a 20-minute walk to that stadium.
Not convenient.
So Josh, I didn't really like him, but that's kind of how Josh is. He's an emotional leader.
Sure.
He's a fiery guy. He's a very opinionated guy.
He's trying to get people. I always do. He's trying to get the fans out. I mean, you got a good team there, so why not? It's like when I'm screaming at Cleveland for not going to Indians games when they're right there. Tickets are like $1. But it's too expensive to go to the game. No, it's not.
And look, you got Alex Smith. I don't know what else you can say about him. You got kind of what you knew, what you were going to get with him. Adrian Peterson ran the ball really well against the Bucs. Bibbs looked great. So we'll see. I mean, you got a really hot Houston team coming in, winners of 6 straight. Even though those 6 straight have been kind of like easy wins, but there's really no easy win in the NFL unless you're playing the Cardinals, because you can't even say that about the Bills anymore. But this Houston offense puts up numbers. They put up points. So that bend don't break defense is going to have to definitely not break, because the second it breaks, you can't get in a shootout. You try to get in a shootout with Atlanta, and look what happened. You lost by 2 touchdowns. I think it was by more than that. You can't get into a shootout with the Texans. They got too many weapons. With that being said, Houston is the favorite in DC -3. Oh, man. I'll let you pick first because I'm still on the fence about this.
Houston. We're going Houston here.
You going Houston?
I'm going Houston here, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Houston too, and I think in like a 35-24 type game.
I think you're underselling their defense a little bit, but
yeah, that's true, because the Redskins really haven't allowed anybody over 30 points this year except the Falcons.
Sure.
I'll go in a 28-17 type game.
There you go.
Okay. Tampa Giants. No, I don't care about this game at all. And actually, the Giants are the favorite.
What?
Yeah, by -1.
Okay, well then they're losing.
Screw that. Okay, next one up is the Chargers Broncos. The Chargers are gonna blow the Broncos out of the freaking water. Do you want to pick that game? You can pick
Chargers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers. The Chargers are freaking 7-2 right now, and the Chargers are slow. Like
they're only the second worst team in LA.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And they're sneaky becoming one of the top runners to run away with the AFC.
I should say they are the worst team in LA. I misspoke.
Let's pick this one for the sake of it.
Sure.
Oakland at Arizona.
Oh my God. I can't even imagine Is that Monday night's game? Or they play on Sunday?
Thank God that is not Monday. You would have thought it'd be Monday night's game after like the last few Monday night games have been duds. Even though the 49ers Giants was a dud on paper, it was actually a really good football game.
Sure. Oh my God. Why these schedule makers need to like really predict the future better.
This game should just like go off the schedule. Like they should just not play this game.
Why would bother putting this on television anywhere? I wouldn't even put this on a ticket.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be watching it.
Well, Raiders fans are diehard passionate fans.
Oh, of course. They're moving with the team to Las Vegas.
And I've got I'm kind of hurting in fantasy this week, so I think I have to play Doug Martin. So I guess I'll kind of have a interest in it.
Oh my God. Well, I think they're both so bad and so
yes, Pat, I do
many.
agree. FedEx is freaking trash. It is.
They're just both so bad in so many ways.
Arizona?
Both of them.
Both of them, yeah.
I mean, Gruden can't coach, and he has no eye for talent anymore. Arizona has like no players anymore.
They've got like what 3 first-round picks, and watch the Raiders are going to draft quarterbacks with all 3 of those picks.
David Carr's not happy. I mean, he took away Derek Carr. I'm sorry, they're just like the same guy.
Oh, and he's probably gone after this year too. He's probably the Giants' next quarterback. That would not surprise me at all.
Yeah, it just nothing has gone right for the Cardinals this year. And honestly,
even the whole Josh Rosen thing, but because he can't get a pass off because he's always on his damn back because their offensive line,
and he's not even playing bad.
Their offensive, he's not. It's just that offensive line in Arizona is atrocious.
He has a Tim Couch offensive line. He just does.
And I think in Tempe there is a milk carton out for David Johnson. David Johnson, where'd you go, bud?
Oh my. Well, if I have to pick one, let's go with the Cardinals.
I'll go Cardinals too because I think out of the battle of trash, I think
it's like
they're
picking
the least.
The front seat on the short bus.
It's like picking which deck chair you want to sit on the Titanic.
Exactly. It's just
Oh, we're pulling out Titanic references. Okay.
Play Titanic on recorder.
So we'll go Sunday Night Football. This is only interesting. It's Pittsburgh Jacksonville. It's 3.5.
Yeah.
It's 3.5 to the Steelers. It's in Jacksonville.
Sure.
This is only interesting because this has become kind of a rivalry lately between 2 teams that don't like each other.
Sure. Well, remember last year the Steelers overlooked the Jaguars, and it ended up biting them.
Dude, are you bumbling girls on this show right now?
I am.
That is awesome. Jeff Snyder is bumbling girls on this show right now. I absolutely love it, man.
Yeah, thank you.
He's turning cherry red right now because I just called.
You caught me. Why are you looking at my phone?
Oh, dude, that's no bumble away, man.
No,
bumble away.
I just had it open. I wasn't talking to anybody. Anyway, so
Pittsburgh, Jacksonville. Get your mind off Bumble.
No, you distracted me. I was in the middle of a sentence, and I was actually multitasking over here. And you know what? Fun. I'm just kidding. So like I was saying, remember Pittsburgh overlooked Jacksonville last year in the playoffs, and they just got trounced. Because they were like, we're going to beat the Patriots. We're going to beat the Patriots. Just like, why are you disrespecting us?
Yeah.
Why are you disrespecting us? So that's why the Jaguars have this it's kind of getting heated between them. I think they felt extremely disrespected.
They did.
I don't blame them.
They should have because I don't blame them. Jacksonville had one of the
Jacksonville's
best
a very good team.
They were a very good team.
And they almost went to the Super Bowl last year.
And actually, I think Jacksonville still is a good team. I think they're just kind of in a pitfall right now. I think it's time to part ways with Blake Bortles. I think if you get a good quarterback in there, you get a veteran quarterback in there, this offense can be a lot better. No, excuse me. And I think this defense will eventually play a lot better too. I'm going to go for the upset here. That'll be my upset of the week. It's in Jacksonville. It's 3.5 to Pittsburgh. So even Vegas doesn't think it's going to. Vegas thinks it'll be that close of a game. The over/under's at 47.5. Yeah, I'll take the Jags in the upset.
Sure.
All right. What's up?
I think the Steelers are going to win, only because they got this nice high. They don't have to worry about Le'Veon anymore.
Well, they really haven't worried about Le'Veon lately.
They haven't worried about it, but now that whole thing's over.
Yeah, exactly.
You can just go ahead, focus on the task at hand every week instead of having to answer all these stupid questions every single week. Hey, have you heard from Le'Veon?
All right. Now the Monday night game. We finally get a really good Monday night game. This could be a possible. I don't think it is, but this could be a possible Super Bowl preview. Chiefs now at the Rams because of some bad field conditions in Mexico City, so they're not going to play this game in Mexico anymore.
What a disaster! What an absolute disaster!
Good. I hope Goodell learns from this crap. All right. Tired of these games going to places where.
I think Mexico shows up for him. It's just like going to London.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I understand expand. I think Mexico has a pretty good following. Mexico City is probably, if you're going to a foreign country, probably the best place to go.
Yeah, and there are probably a lot of Raider fans down there because there's a lot of Raider fans in Southern
California.
Sure,
and there's a lot, there's a lot of Texans fans, Houston,
Probably a lot of Cowboys fans.
A lot of Cowboys fans.
Probably a lot of Bronco fans.
Yeah, a lot of Los Angeles fans. So, showcase your best teams to them, and that's a market you can tap into. London still makes no sense to me, and they go like 4 times a year.
Yeah,
so
stop. And I think they signed on to do like 6 next year. They're doing like 2 more London games next year.
Here's the thing with that: do you really want to take games from your fan bases? Do you?
No.
I think once every so often is fine, but the Jaguars lose at least a game a year because they're playing in London. Yeah. That's revenue that they need.
Yeah, exactly. For a team that may not end up staying in their city.
I mean, I understand Khan pretty much volunteers his team because he owns
Fulham.
He owns Fulham.
Yeah.
So I think
he was making a bid to buy Wembley, but he pulled out of that one. So
sure. Yeah. So but at the same time, it's just that isolates your fans, man, and you lose that game, you lose that tailgate atmosphere. People loved going to the stadium. Even if you're not going to the game, you love the tailgate.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's why half of Bills Mafia even does.
Oh, yeah. Dude, the Bills could go 2-15 and still probably sell out every game.
Actually, I think taking a game from them isn't a bad idea because people will still tailgate no matter if there's a game or not.
No, they'll tailgate in the stadium even with the team playing in London.
Or Toronto. They used to play in Toronto every year, which is a good market.
No, and actually, I think that's
they talk NFL on.
That's where I think the NFL should go next is Toronto.
You ever been to Canada during football season?
Yeah, I've actually been to a BC Lions game in Vancouver.
Sure. During NFL season, they talk about it just as much as we talk about it.
They love Canadian football up there.
It's not Canadian. I'm talking about NFL football. I'm talking NFL football.
They do, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, they talk about as much as we do.
Yeah.
It dominates the airwaves besides the Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
But, and they don't even have a team in Toronto.
Well, and I think, actually, in Toronto, who do you think leads most of their sports centers? The NFL or the Maple Leafs?
Maple Leafs.
Maple Leafs,
for sure.
Probably the Raptors after that because they love the
Maple
Raptors.
Leafs, Raptors, Blue Jays. I mean, they love the Blue Jays.
Yeah, that's true. They do love the Jays.
I got to tell you about these Blue Jays fans, man. They show up in Cleveland because it's like a mini vacation for them. And they
go where it's like a little warmer, but they go where it's warmer, where it's in the 50s.
Yeah, here's what they did. So I was talking to one of them one time, why do you guys all show up here? They're like, the beer here is so much cheaper than in
beer
Toronto.
Is so expensive in Canada.
It's like $15 a cup Canadian.
It's so crazy. Marijuana is so much cheaper in Canada than beer is. I remember because I spent a summer in Vancouver. A 6-pack of Budweiser cost me like $12.
That's an import there.
Cost me like $12, $15.
That's an import
for like a 6-pack of Budweiser.
You gotta have the Molson.
Yeah. Well, even Molson, a 6-pack of Molson was like $10.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I don't understand that.
Yeah, and actually, I think that's where the NFL should go next. I mean, the Toronto Argonauts are the oldest organized football team ever.
Yes.
ever. And they love the Argonauts up there. So, I mean, I think Toronto...
Convert them to the NFL?
You throw the Dolphins in the AFC South and you put Toronto... Yeah, actually, try to convert them to the NFL. Bring the Argonauts...
No, they should do it like in baseball. You play in the National League Stadium, you play in National League rules. You go to the Canadian Stadium, you play under Canadian rules.
That would be fun. Oh, man. And then what if, Johnny Manziel signs with the Argonauts? We'll see Johnny Manziel back in the NFL.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, those are our picks for the NFL. That's it. I can't believe it's already week 11. I do want to get to Survivor Series. I'm looking at college right now. I guess the main game of college this week is probably Syracuse and Notre Dame.
Yeah.
This seems like the type of game with the season Notre Dame's having that this will be their letdown game, even though that's normally against Navy or Wake Forest. Syracuse a little bit of a home field advantage because they're playing at Yankee Stadium. I'm going to go Syracuse in the upset in this one.
Home field advantage?
Yeah. They're playing in New York.
Do you know how far away Syracuse is from New York City?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is very true. And actually, you know what? I'm going to go back on this one. I think Notre Dame wins.
Notre Dame's going to win.
Yeah, for as much as
Syracuse gets one of those gimmick wins every year because they beat Clemson last year.
Yeah. And as much as I love the college football playoff, it is so anticlimactic this year.
You think so? The only way it changes is if Ohio State beats Michigan. And as an Ohio State fan, I can safely say I think Harbaugh's finally going to get one.
And then if somehow, some way, I got to get you on the show the week before that, the week of the Ohio State Michigan game.
Well, that's Thanksgiving week, so.
Oh, and actually, we're going to be off. Programming note, we're going to be off Thanksgiving week.
I would hope so. It's on Thanksgiving, what your show is.
Oh yeah, crap. Yeah, that is right.
Yeah. And we're going to the Admirals game the night before.
Yeah, that's yeah.
We're of age, unlike a lot of these college students around here.
Yeah, well, especially we are what we refer to as news orphans. So a lot of us will be hanging around here for the holidays because a lot of us have to work.
I know, but I'm still hanging out.
A lot of us are going to get together, go to the Admirals game, have a few adult sodas,
adult lemonades.
All right. So this is one big game in college. So all right. Like I said earlier in the beginning of the show, Jeff and I are avid wrestling fans. We are part of a group known as the
Four Horsemen of Hampton Roads.
Yes, along with two very good friends of ours that are also
may be listening or not. I don't know.
Yeah, they also have a wrestling podcast, the F and Marks. You can check them out on Facebook and Twitter. Survivor Series is this weekend, and actually WWE making a lot of mainstream news this week because of kind of the card change. Becky, I guess for us avid wrestling fans.
Sure.
We wouldn't call this, but for her mainstream appeal, this was Becky Lynch's coming out party.
Oh, this would have been because she had a match with Ronda Rousey.
Well, her on SmackDown.
Oh, on SmackDown.
Yeah,
on Raw. On Raw when she beat up.
This was her coming out party when she beat up Ronda.
Yeah.
And then she bloodied herself up in the process.
You know why she got bloodied?
Oh yeah, Nia Jax.
Jax decked her in the face, a legit punch. Not like the fake punches you're supposed to see. She hit her, and she broke her nose and gave her a concussion. She's pulled from that match.
Yeah, that kind of sucks for Becky Lynch. She's a worker,
The build was so perfect for this. It was so perfect, and she is an amazing talent. She's probably my favorite wrestler on the roster right now just because of how she holds herself and how she portrays this.
She calls herself the man now. She's been a great heel.
She's
even
a badass.
She's still not really a heel. We still like her a lot.
Because everyone's over.
But the
Charlotte
picture
Flair.
of her bloodied, I mean, that made ESPN.
So cool.
That made Bleacher Report.
Cool.
It made Sports Illustrated. It made the rounds on mainstream social media for sports, and that's kind of what I want to get into with WWE.
Yeah.
With these stars, with guys like Brock Lesnar and Ronda Rousey, WWE right now, I think they're in a really good spot mainstream wise.
Yeah.
And they're bringing in guys like Matt Riddle, who's got a little notoriety. As well.
He's going
to be on the card this weekend for NXT.
Yeah, he's gonna have a TV match that's gonna be taped. It's gonna air on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's gonna air on Wednesday, I believe. So
is he not on War Games?
He's not on the War Games main card now.
Okay.
There's only 4 matches on the main.
I thought he was taking on KO at War Games.
No, he's taking on Cassius Ohno.
So I don't know if anybody's been paying attention lately to WWE. I mean, the wrestling is at their height right now because these guys are treating themselves like true. I mean, back in the day, I'm not saying back in the day they weren't athletes, but back in the day there were guys that they were workers. They lifted weights. They stayed in decent shape.
Hulk Hogan's.
Yeah, but these guys now
the wrestling's never been better.
And
WWE has never been better. They're finally taking cues from Japan and actually treating it like something that needs to be taken seriously.
It's cool to see ESPN even expanding out. They're doing a whole WWE thing now too. They brought Coach back. You're not a fan of Coach?
No, I'm not a big Coach fan now.
And Brock Lesnar is probably going to fight Daniel Cormier here soon, so that's another crossover for them as well. He's got Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan, he's more of an underground wrestling fan.
Well, he got but did he remember years ago? He got popular because of the yes chant. People at sporting events were just screaming yes.
You even see athletes do that in locker rooms now too. Yeah, and even at sporting events, you see people yes.
Exactly. Yeah. And then he pretty much turned heel the other night, and he won the WWE title. Big surprise.
Did he turn heel the other night?
He kicked AJ in the.
Oh, he pulled a Nakamura. But that's the problem. He's so over.
People are like, what?
What is with AJ getting kicked in the ding dong?
Yeah, you know what?
So we'll wrap up the show. What would you like to see from Survivor Series this weekend?
Good matches. I mean, that's always my big thing with WWE pay-per-views. You have to have good matches to keep me entertained. And this year they've had a few pay-per-views that have just been absolutely bad in the ring and booked terribly. And if you book it properly and you have good action in the ring, I'm going to be happy either way. So, I mean, belts don't really matter to me as long as the match is good.
Do you think they make Daniel Bryan once again a dual champion? Remember, he held the heavyweight belt.
I don't think it's for the title.
Oh, it's not for the Universal title. It's not for titles. Okay.
It's not title.
It's just champion versus champion.
It's champion versus champion. That's all it is. It's not
just champion versus champion.
It's not for title. But I don't know what they're going to do with him. Will they have him beat Brock? I don't think Brock would let that happen.
If he's
trying to beat Cormier,
there's no way it can be clean.
You can't. I mean, Brock's going to have that belt for a little bit because he can't just lose.
Yeah, and then you kind of lose your steam for that fight with Cormier.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even though wrestling's fake, I mean, like,
but you got to think you still got to have heat on a guy because you still want your WWE fans to go watch the UFC fight. And
absolutely.
I'm sure Dana and Vince talk about that all the time.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean,
they both operate out of Connecticut too. So
I think they're closer than everyone thinks.
All right, so that's gonna wrap up the show this week. We're a little over time right now. If you're a soccer fan like I am, wow, England's up 2-0 on the United States. Ugh, thank God it's just.
Is this just a friendly?
It's just a friendly.
It's just
thank
friendly.
Freaking
yeah.
God, man. And the U.S. they're playing a lot of their young guys, anyways. But Wayne Rooney's playing for England, so I digress. All right. Thanks for tuning in, Jeff. Thanks for stopping by,
of course.
Jeff. Always a pleasure, man. How can people follow you?
You can follow me on Twitter at Real Jeff Snyder. That's Jeff with a J. Snyder has a Y in it, not an I.
And you can follow me, Jesse, on Twitter at JesseWTKR, on Instagram, JVNews3, and if you can find me on Facebook, love to have you. Love to follow. Come along for the ride. It's quite an adventure. Jeff and I just tweet about basically sports the whole time.
Sorry about sports, about news.
Hold on. Did you see? This will be one more. I can go over if I want. I don't care. Did you see what happened in Division III basketball the other day? Did you see that kid who threw the elbow?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh man.
Yeah, bring that up for me.
Yeah, I'll bring this up for you after the show. This foul would have made Ron Artest blush. This would have made Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen thought this was a dirty play. This would have made Charles Oakley go, whoa. So I digress. Everyone, thanks for tuning in. I will be off next week because it is the holiday, but we'll be back the following week, the 29th.
Sure.
Stop on by Thursdays from 3 to 4. All right. And that's it. I'm out. Peace and love to y'all.